Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Grassroots Racing Show.
Welcome to the Grassroots Racing Show. I'm Doug Thompson. Thanks for watching today. We've got a special show for you. David Cheverria, field reporter for Grassroots Racing Show, is at the Belleville Midget Nationals, and we're going straight there because the racing is fantastic. Stay with us.
Broadcasting live here at the Belleville High Banks. It's championship night with the United Rebel Sprint Series. We're talking with last night's A-Main winner, the number 20, Luke Cranston out of Plains, Kansas. Just gone down to the draw and hasn't treated you as well.
Yeah, it wasn't a good deal. You know, like I said last night, we have a great team, and Kirk gets the car to where I feel real comfortable and I can do kind of whatever I want with it. And it just felt like the car was a lot smoother up there. I didn't feel like it was getting real bothered by the cushion. If I'd run down, below the cushion, the car would get upset and kind of tough to handle. So if I could just get it up there a little bit farther, and I don't know, just try not to think about it.
Yeah, well, we were talking, and we were down in the pit afterwards after the midgets had come out for their feature event, and was talking with CJ. CJ, of course, run the 360 a lot with Johnson, and we were just even Johnson said, man, it was just something to watch you last night because you didn't bobble. You were so smooth up on the top. And just I thought that was pretty high praise coming from one of your peers in the sport.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's kind of surprising.
Picking up the feature win last night. You've won now 4 out of the 5 Rebel features here at the racetrack. Looking to keep the good luck going this evening. Put you a little bit behind the 8 ball, but it's the same track. Everybody's going to be out there, and hopefully you'll fight through your heat race, and we wish you good luck tonight.
Hey, I appreciate it. Once again, Kirk's over there doing some funny stuff. But anyway, once again, we have a great crew, and God's blessed us with an awesome set of sponsors.
Talking with the 11W out of Topeka, Kansas, the youngster here with the United Rebel Sprint Series, 16 years old, Wyatt Burks. We were just talking before we flipped the cameras on here this evening, Wyatt. A couple more laps last night, a heck of a run. Thought you maybe had something here. Well, you definitely had something for Luke, just ran out of time.
Yeah, I wish it had been a 25-lap feature. We were catching them around the bottom. That's the first time I ever got it. First time ever being here, and I was running the bottom, picking cars off one by one. And the track was fast. And
hopefully, should stay pretty quick here this evening, though. That seems like it sets up pretty good for the 11W.
Yeah, last night was good. I hope there's a bottom again tonight, see if we can make it work. If not, got to go wherever, see what happens.
Championship night at the Belleville High Banks, night number 2 of the first Belleville 305 Nationals. We're talking with the 2J second-generation driver out of Jetmore, Kansas, Zach Blurton, a driver that's had a lot of success up here, Zach. You have, and you're still looking to go to victory lane if you could just get around that number 20 over there.
Yeah, Luke's been pretty fast up here this year, and last year too. He's tough to beat.
Allie also tell me, after tonight, you get a little bit of a vacation, it sounds like.
Yeah, me and my friend are going up to Knoxville for the week to see some sprint car racing up there.
So once he gets out of the cockpit down here at the High Banks, going to be heading up, be a nice change of pace to probably watch just a little bit of action tonight. Big money up for grabs, and you're going to be competing against some of the best. You got Luke over here and Mike Peters coming in. Only can make you better as you race.
Yeah, them guys, racing against them does not hurt anything. I mean, you only are as good as the people you race against. So them coming in, and if you can beat them, it feels pretty good.
So he's really hungry, looking for one. Trying to go to victory lane here for the first time. It's the 2J Zach Blurton out of Jetmore, Kansas. Caught up with the United Rebel Sprint Series national champion, the number 97 of Brian Herbert out of Dodge City, Kansas.
We didn't draw so good, so I'm sure I'll be back there in about the 3rd row or so. So we'll have to try to drive her to the front in the heat race, see what we can do.
Had a lot of success out here at this racetrack, and of course the first time the Rebels were here in 2012 were the runner-up, and we're starting to reel Luke in. You're very excited for tonight. You got the whole family with you as well.
Yeah, we got my wife, my kids. My dad come in from Kinsley today, so we make this a family deal and try to keep going every weekend. And
leading the Kansas region for the point standings for the United Rebel Sprint Series. It's championship night. We're talking with one of the winningest drivers in United Rebel Sprint Series, Brian Herbert. Thanks for chatting with us, Brian.
Thanks a lot.
We're talking with the 34 out of Pueblo, Colorado, Adam Trimble, making the haul down here to check out this fast half-mile racetrack. And during your heat race yesterday, really coming on, Adam, starting to kind of figure this deal out.
Yeah, it was pretty intimidating here. this place is really big and really fast. So I mean, you just kind of got to keep the pedal down and hope for the best, really.
It really is. You really just mash the throttle down. You don't want a lot of movement in the car. It has to be pretty locked down up there.
Right, you want to keep it really straight. I mean, if you're sideways at all, it really hurts a lot of speed. You got to keep up a lot of momentum, and make sure you don't get in the fence. I mean, that thing's it doesn't move.
It doesn't move, but you can. And you brought up a couple of really great points about the momentum of the racetrack and keeping it out of the guardrail, which is really important out here, especially at this half-mile racetrack.
It's always been a dream to race here at Belleville, and I can't believe I'm doing it. Words can't describe the way I feel about racing here. I mean, it's a big, fast track, and it's a lot of fun.
Live on the inside of the famous half-mile racetrack, that's the Belleville High Banks, one of the fastest half miles in the world, and we're talking with your national point leader with the United Rebel Sprint Series, the 9X, Jake Buback out of Arvada, Colorado. And Jake, your dad's over here feverishly working to get the Zeus fasteners on the hood of the car, getting everything ready to go, and you were in there just a little bit early putting some heat in the motor. Got to be excited about this evening.
Yeah, we're excited. We're putting heat in it. Just we had to put a new motor in from last night. We broke something. So we're using Craig Meyer's motor, and hopefully tonight goes better than last night.
Saw you were a little bit, probably a little bit farther back than you would have liked to be this evening. It's a new day, though. Got a little bit of a different power playing underneath of the hood. And is this your first time out here at the High Banks?
Yes, it is.
We were talking with Adam Trimble a little bit. He hasn't been down here too many times either. It's a wide open racetrack at this half mile, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about motor and smoothness.
That's a good point. That's exactly what Adam talked about getting that momentum built up. You don't want the back end moving around too much.
Yeah, you got to be as smooth as you can and never lift.
Well, that's something that you've been so far here pretty smooth in 2012. You got the national point lead so far. You're doing very well out in Colorado as well.
This is Garrett Hood with Dirt Track Devils, and we're standing here with Terry Goodwin at the 2012 Belleville Midget Nationals. Terry, you're from Belleville. Why don't you explain a little bit how much this race means to you and what kind of equipment you got here, and how's everything going?
This has got to be the most premier race that's ever been in this part of the country. It means a lot to pretty much everybody besides just me. I mean, all of Kansas and everybody benefits from this deal. And so we're hoping we can keep it going. You know, I mean, it's real important that we do. The racing is just awesome. There's not a better racetrack in the world. I've raced all over the country, and I mean, this is it for me, for sure. So
it's gotta feel pretty good to come. You know, you guys are in Arizona now. Come back home and get a race in front of the hometown crowd, and you know, even if you just making the field's a pretty much premier deal, isn't it?
Oh yeah, just making the show is. I mean, like whatever happens after that, it's gravy on top for someone like me. So, you know, to come all this way and have watched this ever since I was a little kid, started out years ago. You know, I've been doing this 38 years. So it's been a long time coming to get this far. So to actually come here and get to run in the A main and just go the whole 40 laps, you know, is just, I mean, it's huge.
We're standing here with Jerry Coons Jr. at the 2012 Belleville Midget Nationals. Guy won Thursday night on the quarter mile, last night on the half. They're going to run the half again tonight. So, Jerry, why don't you tell us how big of a change was it going from the quarter to the half and then getting ready for tonight?
Well, it was, you know, the first time for us on the quarter mile here, and it was pretty fun, really. It was, wouldn't really want to probably start too deep in the field and try to pass too many cars, just a little bit on the narrow side. But it was a fun little racetrack, and it's always fun when you win, for sure. But, you know, it was you know, it was fun, but obviously great to get on the half mile. I mean, that's what we're here for, is the big track, and it you know, that's where the fun is.
You're a guy that races full time. I mean, at all the races you've been to, Manzanita, you know, Eldora, how does Belleville compare to all those other half mile tracks?
They're definitely each one is definitely unique. I mean, they're all half miles, but they're all very different, and you know, a lot of people try to compare this to Eldora even, and they're just a lot different. But you know, this place is just so round. You got to run so much straighter, and certainly more banked than a Manzanita or a Knoxville or anything. And you know, those places are a little longer straightaways and tighter corners. But yeah, this place is just so round that you know, you really just got to keep the front end in front of the car most of the time and not kill your momentum at all.
This is Garrett Hood with Dirt Track Devils. We're here at 2012 Belleville Midget Nationals. We're standing here with Zach Dahm. Zach, what do you know, what's your feelings on this half mile place coming? You know, you run a lot with the Power Ryan USAC guys. Where do you compare this half mile to a lot of the other tracks you're at?
Big and scary, you know, compared to some of the other tracks we run, you know, like Beloit, you know, just a little 5th mile there, and you know, even the little quarter mile we ran on Thursday, it's a lot different than the big half mile. It's super fast. I mean, it's bigger than Eldora or Knoxville or any of them other places that we've ran. So, you know, it's fun. Just gotta stay on top of your toes.
How about it, race fans? You ready for some great midget and wing sprint car racing tonight here at the Belleville High Banks 35th annual Belleville Midget Nationals, about to get underway.
Championship night for the United Rebel Sprint Series is underway. Zach Blurton out to the early advantage, but here comes Luke Cranston up to the top side immediately, and he'll pull side by side as they go 3 wide down the back chute with Adam Trimble, Jeff Radcliffe, Mike Peters down on the bottom. Luke Cranston already at the turn as he slices down, and the yellow flag will fly, and man, they're not going to like that one at all. So, we alluded to the fact that the 20 of Luke Cranston did not pull the pill that he was looking for. Man, they were trying to make some stuff happen, and they were smoked, but that one was illegal.
Yeah. In between turns, and he's out there. He's making the most of these 2 nights, the Belleville 305 Nationals here. Zach Blurton has control of them. They'll bunch him back up, and we'll check him down.
One more time, championship night. Now we're underway. Zach Blurton back on the gas. Adam Trimble, the runner-up. Jake Buback. Jeff Radcliffe makes it 3 wide as he sticks it underneath of Buback. Here comes Luke Cranston with the momentum, though, on the top. Now side by side with Buback, and Luke is already back up to 3rd. Dives down underneath of Adam Trimble, battling for 2nd. Coming around for lap number 1 is Zach Blurton. He'll take it. Zach Blurton, Luke Cranston to the inside of the 34, trying to take a little momentum away from Trimble, but Trimble battles back up on the top shelf. Down the back straightaway they'll go, and Trimble now will try to dive down in front of the 20 of Cranston. Good action, 2nd and 3rd. Zach Blurton comes around, your leader. And it's Blurton, Trimble, and Cranston still duking it out. Side by side down the back straightaway they'll go, battling. And we're coming around lap number 3 will be scored. Zach Blurton, Adam Trimble, Luke Cranston, 9X to Buback, Mike Peters, 21R Jeff Radcliffe. Right in the middle of the racetrack puts the 2J of Zach Blurton, and they'll come around, and we will now go 4 laps, halfway point. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Straight Line Remodeling. Luke Cranston dives down to the inside of the 34 at Trimble, and the 34 carries the momentum of the top down the back straightaway, all the way up to the guardrail, and now he'll cut down across turns 3 and 4. Trimble loving it here in 2nd, fighting off the 20 of Cranston. Might have something for your leader, but he can't shake cool hand Luke. Zach Blurton, your leader, with 5 laps away. Zach down the back straightaway. Then it's Trimble, Luke Cranston, the 9X of Buback, the 51 of Mike Peters. Jeff Radcliffe rounds the field. Zach again, 6 laps scored. Zach looking sharp. First heat race. Trimble, the runner-up. Cranston, the top 3 have checked out from the rest of the pack. Buback here in 4th. Mike Peters, Jeff Radcliffe, as Zach comes around to take the white flag and one more time around the high banks. Up to the top side as they work the cushion up just a little more here at the half mile. Checkers fly. Late push by the 20 of Cranston, and he gets to the inside of the 34 at Trimble, and Trimble will slam the door. Good for 2nd. As we take you from the back to the front, 21R Jeff Radcliffe rounds the field. 51 of Mike Peters, the 9X of Jake Buback, the 20 of Luke Cranston, last night's A-main winner, the 34 of Adam Trimble, fights off a late push from the 20, but Belleville, Kansas. Eight laps. It will be up on the board. Here we go. Lance Davis side by side with Judge Schaefer, Howard Van Dyke, and Wyatt Burks jumps up to 3rd. Van Dyke slips back to the 4th position. Reed Burnbeck, 59, Butch Hardman rounds out the field. Schaefer, who had a nice run last night, leading the pack one more time out of Frederick, Colorado. So Judge Schaefer figuring something out here with the 305 at the high banks, and he is leading the field, setting the pace here as we go for 2 laps this time. Schaefer, Wyatt Burks, Lance Davis, Howard Van Dyke, as Both 74s duking it out in between turns 1 and 2 side by side with Howard Van Dyke up on the top. Reed Burnbeck down on the bottom line. And these guys continue to battle. This is action mid-pack. 4th and 5th. Field very spread out at the moment. 56 Schaefer still setting the pace. The 11W Wyatt Burks looking good in the runner-up position. That's familiar. We've said that last night for the 11W youngster out of Topeka, Kansas. Lance Davis, and he's right up on the top against the fence. Howard Van Dyke, 74 of Reed Burnbeck. Butch Hardman to field, and coming around one more time. Schaefer, 5 laps have been scored. We've got 3 remaining. Working the cushion up ever so slightly at the half mile here at the Belleville High Banks, and Schaefer now into 3 and 4. 6 laps scored, 2 to go. Schaefer, he's got it on cruise control right now. The only car that's anywhere close to him is the runner-up, the 11W of Wyatt Burks at the moment. They're starting to reel him in too, as they've got Butch Hardman in their sights. Danger going lap down. Don't think they have enough time to reel in the 59, but Schaefer running the top, and he's a bullet down the back straightaway. Wyatt Burks, Lance Davis, Howard Van Dyke, Reed Burnbeck, Butch Hardman. They start to see the 59 coming out of 4. Checkers fly. They don't get all the way around him, but they get to the back tail tank. Does your leader and winner of heat race number 2. Eight laps, one more time. Third and final heat race with the United Rebel Sprint Series. They're back up to throttle, spear out to the lead right in the middle of the racetrack. Ray Seaman in the second slot. Brian Herbert got a lot of momentum coming off of turns 1 and 2. Seaman slides up, cuts some of that momentum away, and now Seaman goes side by side with the 54 Spears. They come off of 4. Now they're blasting by your leader. It's Seaman taking the first lap, then Herbert now into second. Spear shuffled immediately to third, and here comes the 11 of Hamel battling with the 54. Down the back straightaway, they'll go a good line from Spear down on the bottom of the side of the racetrack. Hamel alongside. This is third and fourth. Leader 2 down already here at the half-mile racetrack as things getting dicey with Herbie in the runner-up slot. Top 2 cars will go around the 54, and Hamel comes around. Boy, Hamel way up to the top on the entrance to turn 3. Gathers that back up as the car kicks a little sideways on him. Still green for 3 laps down as the leaders hit the front straightaway. Ray Seaman, then Brian Herbert, Keith Hamel, Mike Spear, John Webster, and Brian Hardman. Your running order halfway home, heat race number 3, third and final with the United Rebel Sprint Series, and it's Ray Seaman, the leader. Back to the front here comes the Rain Man as we'll roll off of 4. It's Seaman, then Herbert, Hamel, Mike Spear, John Webster, Brian Hardman. We're 5 down. Nice cushion that the guy's able to catch here in between turns 1 and 2, and then they'll dive around the bottom side of the racetrack, sliding all the way up to the top, catching the guardrail, back on the gas on the front. And one more time, it's the 72, your leader, Herbert, then Hamel, Mike Spear. Well, after starting on the pole, taking almost a lap there, they shuffled the 54 Mike Spear backwards quickly. White flag now being displayed. That's not taking long at all as they've really got the action cranked up here. They're mashing the gas. Championship night at Belleville. Herbert leads them. Excuse me, it's Seaman, then Herbert, then Hamel. 54 Spear. John Webster being pressured by Hardman towards the rear of the pack. But now the checkers will fly. That's going to do it for heat race number 3. Brian Herbert takes that one. Brian Herbert, the runner-up. Ray Seaman takes that one. Then the 11 of Hamel, 54 of Spear, 9 of John Webster, and the 16 of Brian Hardman. Belleville High Banks, a round of applause for the 72. We call him the Rain Man. He's at.
Welcome back.
First race for the midgets here tonight on championship night here at Belleville. Green is out. Keep your eyes on the 11 of Chris Wyndham underneath Drought. Here he comes with the bead on Goodwin. He's your leader up in the corner number 4 with a nice slider. A lap 1 in the books for Chris Wyndham. Two in the books for Chris Wyndham. Big tussle in the back between Goodwin, Drought, and Gerke. And problems on the 7 of Vance Lean. Sesco Mopar power engine, some problems. So steady Chris Wyndham out in front of Terry Goodwin, Chet Gerke, and Don Drought. White flag this time by for Chris Wyndham. Goodwin holding off Gerke. Here comes Gerke in the 11. One last shot at Goodwin. Got to run off a 2. Here he is, your winner of heat race number 1, Chris Wyndham. Goodwin and Gerke for second. Give it to Goodwin. Gerke in third, 4th to Don Drought, and Vance Lean comes home in 5th position.
Some of the guys, big guys back in the pit area for you. Yeah, this is a great day. You know, I've always wanted to come out there and train. It's never got a chance to go and race somewhere else, so it's a great way to see him to race myself. Perfect then that way. Talk about some of the people that helped you get the car to the track. The daughter here, she helped me a lot. Ron White was going more to Denise well. My wife's up in the stands. Wasn't for all the help, Dorcher wouldn't be here, so got to thank them. Race team address is 72 305 sprint car. He'll be in the feature race later tonight. Ready for the green flag, and here is number 1 for the minutes.
Bernie Freitag, Boyer, Stassa, Hatton, Schumann, Abreu, and Daum. Wide coming off a 2. Daum on the low side of Schumann. Your leader on the high side. It's Jeff Stassa, excuse me. Keep your eyes on Zach Daum, your leader off a 4. Great run by Zach Daum. But here comes Rico Abreu. 3 wide again down the back straightaway. Casey Schumann up in the second, but here comes Rico on the bottom. Toyota versus Ford Esslinger. Give the spot to Rico. But out front easily, it's Zach Daum. Schumann not giving up, driving on the bottom. Abreu on the high side. Schumann slides up, gets the position. Here comes the one of Scott Hatton. The battles for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Abreu a little bit high. Scott Hatton up in the 3rd. And the yellow will come out. Rico brushed the wall. Last year's Belleville Midget Nationals for Kyle Larson. Keith Coons, along with his brother Rusty, inducted into the High Banks Hall of Fame earlier this week here. And with a quick break here in the action, we'll send it down to Eric Allgood with our heat race winner #1 in the Wilkie Pack Trigar Monument #11, Chris Wyndham.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Chris, another night, another heat race win. We're going to hopefully get enough points up there for you to be not too far out of that pole dash.
Yeah, I think we'll for sure be in the pole dash, and everyone redraws there, so hopefully we can get a good number and start up front and have a good starting spot for this 50-lap A main.
You got a good crew back there in that Wilkie Pack team. Talk about how they've helped you get around here.
Yeah, they've been working their butts off. They actually changed another engine today, so we got a pretty fresh engine to start tonight. Hopefully everything goes well, and they've been here a lot. They've won this race before, so they teach me a lot of different things, and I think it's going to be a fast track right up on the fence tonight.
That's how we like it here.
That's right.
Chris Wyndham drives the 11 car. We'll see him later on tonight.
Thanks a lot, Eric. And Hanford. Dom leads him down. Green is back out. Hatton with a great run on the back of Schumann. It's all Zach Dom out front. Five in this time by for Zach Dom. White flag next time by for Zach Dom. There he is, your winner, Zach Dom. Casey Schumann, Scott Hatton, Rico Abreu, Jeff Stassa, and Randy Boyer.
Welcome to the Grassroots Racing Show Night at the Track.
We'll keep our eyes on the 6-lap track record set back in 1998 by Ricky Shelton. Remember Ricky Shelton? He is the 6-lap track record holder here at the Belleville High Banks. So Dom and Wyndham lead him down. They come up before green is out. This is one race they won't be holding back on. Every car you pass is one less you got to start behind in tonight's championship feature. Great jump by Zach Dom, but Jerry Coons up in the second already. In the books for Zach Dom. Halfway home this time by for Zach Dom. go for Zach Dahm. Jerry Coons over the back of Dahm. Not a bad place to start for Coons on the high side in tonight's feature. If he finishes second, white flag for Zach Dahm. Problems on the 11 of Gerke as he shuts it down. Your winner, Zach Dahm, Jerry Coons, Darren Hagan, Caleb Armstrong, Brad Kuhn, Chris Wyndham, Casey Schumann, and Chet Gerke.
Make sure he's got those receiver plugs in there. And Zach, heat race win earlier tonight, and now a pole dash win. Yeah, you got to draw it good. You got to race it good. And now a new set of rules. 40 laps out here.
Yeah, 40 laps is a long time. I mean, we don't run very many 40 lappers, and especially not on something this dang big. So, you know, it usually eats up tires, and you know, but there ain't as many cars here tonight, and the track's actually a lot better than I figured it would be. So, you know, it throws a curveball to us all, but you know, it's just a guess.
It is what it is. Talk about the fact that the track, if it doesn't take a lot of rubber, you guys look like so far you can pretty much stick it anywhere and it'll stay there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, even after the race, I kind of ran the bottom there, and it stuck a lot good. It stuck real good. So, I mean, if you can get your car to gear around the bottom to beat the guys that are just get raw speed around the top, it could happen.
You never know. Zach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Zach Dahm will be starting on the pole for tonight's 40-lap A main feature for the 35th annual Belleville Midget Nationals.
Thanks a lot, Eric.
Race fans, you know what time it is. Belleville High Banks up on your feet. Championship night for the United Rebel Sprint Series and the 305 Nationals. If you follow the URSS we've got one more thing we're going to do. For Rick Salem and the boys, what we're going to do is we're going to have you put your arms in the air and make some noise as the Rebels come off at turn number 4 as we put Grandma in the fast lane, baby, and get this bingo game ready to roll. Championship night at the High Banks. Let them hear ya. $25 laps, $2,000 is up for grabs. We'll give you just a quick run through. 9D Lance Davis and the 2J of Zach Blurton should be on the pole. Row number 2, the 11 of Keith Hamel and the 56 of Judge Schaefer out of Frederick, Colorado. Row 3, the 9X of Bubeck and the 20 of Cranston. Row 4, the 72 of Seaman and the 97 of Brian Herbert. Row 5, last of your automatic qualifiers, 34 of Adam Tremble and the 11W, and that will be Wyatt Burke. Check him down off of turn number 4. Green flag drops. We're green at the High Banks. Championship night. Lance Davis out to the early advantage on the bottom. Then it's Zach. Then at 56 and Schaefer with Luke Cranston up to 4th. Brian Herbert 5th. The 11 to Keith Hamel 6th. 11W Burks in the 7th slot. Then it's Ray Seaman and Adam Trimble. Coming around for lap number 1. It's the 2J of Zach Blurton. Still green. 1 lap has been scored, and the 2J of Zach Blurton is your leader at the beginning. Action mid-pack with the 11 of Hamel getting around the 11W of Wyatt Burks, and now we'll go back to the front as Zach holds on for another circuit, and now Cranston moves around the 9D of Davis for the runner-up position. Then 56 of Schaefer, the 9D of Lance Davis, battling side by side with the 56 of Schaefer for 3rd and 4th. Davis way up to the top, into the marbles, flirting with the guardrail, and Schaefer gets by. So does the number 97, and Brian Herbert closes up around Davis now into the inside of the 56 of Schaefer. A battle for 3rd and 4th, and Brian Herbert is now up to 3rd as he squeaks by. Zach Blurton, your leader, for another circuit. We're 4 laps down, and Cranston now battling with the 2J side by side. Into turns 1 and 2, Blurton up on the top shelf, taking the momentum down the back straightaway. Blurton to the top, and Cranston's on the bottom, side by side for the lead. Coming up at turn number 4, it's Cranston, nose to nose, wing to wing, with the 2nd generation driver out of Jetmore. and Cranston takes the lead off of turn number 2. But Zach Burton now battles back to the front off of the top side. They'll fly into turns 3 and 4 still, side by side, too close to call. This one is at the stripe, and it's Cranston. Dives up across the 2J, takes the air off of the nose wing from Blurton, and he's shuffled back to second. Meanwhile, all this going on, and the 97 of Herb is up to third, with the 56 of Schaefer fourth, Lance Davis fifth, Ray Seaman, Adam Trimble, and now the 11W of Wyatt Burks. No, 51 is Mike Peters behind the 34 of Trimble, and Mike Peters trying to make some noise for championship night at the Belleville High Banks in the 305 Nationals, brought to you by Grassroots Pharmacy out of Belleville. Leaders at the flag stand, 8 laps down. Luke is your leader. Zach Flirton, 97 of Herbert, 56 of Schaefer, Lance Davis, Ray Seaman, Adam Trimble, Mike Peters, the 11 of Hable, and the 11W of Wyatt Burks. 9 laps have been scored. They're into the back traffic with the 20 of Cranston going around the 59 now of Hardman, and the 97 of Herbert slips by to the outside. He'll take a spot away from Flirton as they come off of turns 3 and 4. Herbert now around the 2J of Zach Flirton, and Herbert's locked up into the bottom side of the Belleville High Banks. He's found something that he likes. That's that second groove that Smoke was talking about when we were chatting earlier about the racing surface. Luke's up on the top side, and he's flawless one more time around the guardrail. Perfect. 11 laps down. Leaders on the back chute. It's Cranston to the top. Then Herbert on the bottom, using the same line that Burks used last night, and a slight bobble now off of turn number 4 from the 97. He's going to have to do a little bit better of holding it together if he's going to reel Luke in. Luke's got a lot of momentum, but the laps are winding away. We're now 12 down, and it's still a show between Cranston and Herbert. Those are the top 2. Zach Flirton shuffled back to third. Judge Schaefer fourth, 72 Ray Seaman. They'll cross the sticks over as we'll go 13 laps into the scoring books, headed for 25. Cranston's up on the top, 2 lappers in front of him, the 54 of Spear and the 16 of Brian Hardman. Cranston closing fast on a wicked pace. Up on the top, it's Cranston side by side with a lap car of Hardman. Now he swoops down to the inside of the 54 of Spear, slides across the front side of the 54, and he's on the outside of the 9 of Webster, weaving his way masterfully in and out of the lapped traffic. Herbert still fighting up alongside of the 16 of Hardman now. Gets clogged up just a little bit. This could be what Luke needs as he now pushes the advantage off of turn number 4. 15 laps now. 16 have been scored. Cranston hung up behind the 21R of Radcliffe and the 74 of Howard Van Dyke. Herbert trying to push through. Cranston locked down between 2 cars as Radcliffe is way up to the top, almost kisses it off of the fence. Sliding it in between 2 lappers is Cranston of Howard Van Dyke and Jeff Radcliffe, and now your leader is through. Herb's clogged up behind the 54 of Mike Spear. Those are your top 2 drivers. Then it's Schaefer, the 72 of Ray Seaman fourth, Lance Davis, Adam Trimble, Mike Peters to the infield for the 2nd consecutive night. He will not finish the show. 51 of Peters to the infield. Luke Cranston goes around
to the midfield.
Go ahead and say that again, Smoke.
Say the 11W Wyatt Burks pulled into the infield also.
So both of the drivers checking in with the Rebels for the first time have made it to the inside of the track. Your national point leader is off the pace. 9X of Bubak, slow on the back straightaway. He's trying to limp it to the infield. He gets around. He's not going to finish the race. So we're dropping like flies with 19 down. Leaders rolling off of turn number 4. It's Luke Cranston. We'll pick him up one more time. You know where he's at, up on the top. Then Herbert in the runner-up slot, just entering the first set of left turns. Turns 1 and 2. Cranston off of 3 and 4 now. 20 laps down. And things starting to calm down just a little bit. Luke's going to be able to start to taste this one. Looking for 5 in a row. Cranston leads him. Herbert's runner-up. Zach Blurt third. Then Ray Seaman. 56 of Schaefer. 34 of Trimble. 90 Lance Davis. And the 11 of Keith Hamel back in the mix here. Luke Cranston coming around again. Puts Reed Birnbeck a lap down for the 22nd lap. That's been scored at the 3:05 Belleville Nationals. Your leader, Luke Cranston out of Plains, Kansas, weaved his way in and out of the lap traffic masterfully. That was the difference maker. Still under the green flag, looking to go green to checkered, and Luke will put on a show down the back straightaway, and he'll set the pace. It has been a frantic one for the past 2 days. His dominating performance continues. White flag is out. Leader coming off of turn number 4, 24 laps in the book. One more time around for the 20 of Cranston. Nothing that Herb can do. Holding the line. Zach Blurton in third with Ray Seaman in fourth, and Judd Schaefer the top 5. 2 more sets of left turns for the 20. The Plains native out of Plains, Kansas, and it's Luke Cranston taking his 5th consecutive win at the Belleville High Banks, followed by the 97 of Brian Herbert. The second, the third slot, the 2J of Zach Burton, the top 4, with the 56 of Judd Schaefer rounding the top 5, I believe. Well, we'll wire up the field. Holy cow. Your unofficial results as we go through: the 20 of Luke Cranston, the 97 of Brian Herbert, the 2J of Zach Blurton, the 72 Ray Seaman 4th, the 56 of Judd Schaefer 5th, and Adam Trimble 6th, Lance Davis 7th, Keith Hamel 8th, the 74 of Reed Birnbeck 9th, and Howard Van Dyke the top 10. As he will unstrap, he'll unbuckle. He has now made it 4 features in 2012. The most of any driver this season, actually tying Pat Bork of Colorado. And 3 in a row here at the High Banks. He makes it 5 out of 6. He can hear you, race fans. A round of applause for cool hand Luke Cranston. A dominant run for the Plains, Kansas native. And like you said, Smoke, they are enjoying it. We'll send it down. Eric Allgood has a very happy feature winner.
You know, I think that's the first time Luke has lost anything this weekend. Luke Cranston, our winner tonight. Luke, I know it is not that easy, but you make it look just so smooth.
Like I said, God's blessed us with a great crew and a great car. I can't keep saying that enough, but you know, it was kind of one of those deals. I told everybody that there's no way we were going to be able to do it, and I, you know, I should have just had faith and just went out there and did what we did. And you know, like I said, Kirk had a great car tonight, and we have a bunch of great sponsors.
Moving to row number 6, former Belleville resident, now living in Levine, Arizona, Terry Goodwin. And next to Goodwin, the veteran out of Lincoln, Nebraska, a lot of laps here around the High Banks, Don Stroud Jr. Moving to row number 6. Row number 5 on the outside. He's won the Crown Jewel Midget races at the Chili Bowl and 2 Pepsi National wins out of Roscoe, Illinois, the veteran, Scott Hatton. And next to Scotty, a rookie driver here at Belleville, but his car owner's got 3 Belleville Midget Nationals titles, the Keith Coons Motorsports driver, Rico Abreu. We'll move into row number 4. Out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Chet Gerke. And next to Chet, a rookie here at the High Banks, but definitely familiar with fast speed ovals, out of Tempe, Arizona, Casey Schumann. Moving into row number 3. The car owner came home with the championship back in 2007. Trying to give Wilkie Pack their 2nd Belleville title out of Canton, Illinois, Chris Wyndham. And next to Wyndham, the most consistent driver the last 5 years here at Belleville, winner of 9 career midget driving titles out of Avon, Indiana, Brad Kuhn. Moving to row number 2. A great job last night, finishing third, a winner in USAC competition earlier this year out of Newcastle, Indiana, Caleb Armstrong. And starting next to Armstrong in the number 3 RFMS Racing entry, National Midget Driver of the Year point leader out of Riverside, California, Darren Hagan. Now moving to the front row, the Joe Doolin, number 63. We talked about it a lot this week. Going for the three-peat, looking to become the first Belleville Midget Nationals winner 3 times out of Tucson, Arizona, Jerry Coons Jr. And now we move to the driver that'll lead the field down for the 35th annual Belleville Midget Nationals. He's got a crown jewel win in the Hot 100 a couple years ago out of Pocahontas, Illinois, Zach Daum. Here we go! Belleville Midget Nationals underway! Make your move early and then settle in as it's an endurance race. 1 in the books for Jerry Coons. Chris Wyndham up in the 4th. Problems on the 3 of Darren Hagan. Tough break for Darren Hagan. Current point leader in the National Midget Driver of the Year points. Don't think he's going to make it back. Hagan fell back on the start in the 3 car, coasting down the back straightaway. Keep your eyes on the cone coming off of corner number 4 after 1 lap's been completed. That's where the races will restart. They'll hit the cone in single file fashion. That's where the leader picks up the pace. So keep your eyes on the orange cone and the 63 of Jerry Coons. He's on it. Green back out. Seven down, this time by for Jerry Coons. Top 3 positions, 3 different power plants. Ford Esslinger leads Toyota and Fontana as we now got Aiden and Armstrong beginning to inch up on the back of Jerry Coons. Oh, Caleb, hang on. Coons, the only driver in the field with the previous Belleville Midget Nationals victory. Keep our eyes on the 63 again. Coons leads him down at the cone. Armstrong gave it a try, but Jerry Coons gets back up in front. Here comes the 7 Armstrong. Brad Kuhn in the 17 drifting high. Dom still holding down third. Dom and Brad Kuhn going at it tooth and nail. 10 down, this time by. Brad Kuhn settles into third position. Kuhn not able to shake Armstrong. Top 3 breakaway, settling down. Won the third distance completed for your leader, Jerry Coons. Here comes Brad Kuhn underneath Caleb Armstrong. Not going to get it done. And Jerry Coons begins lapping the slower cars. Tough break for the Wilkie Pack entry of Chris Wyndham as he pulls into the pits. Still clinging to a 1 second advantage over Caleb Armstrong, and now Armstrong closes up. Here comes Armstrong. We've seen this patented move before to take the lead here in previous Belleville races. Armstrong can't get it done. Drifts high, gives second back to Brad Cohn. Brad Kuhn involved. Lap car of Terry Goodwin upside down. And we will finish cleaning up at the scene there, but Terry Goodwin, Brad Kuhn, all the drivers involved there are okay. That's great news. So all the cars on the racetrack are on the lead lap except 69 of Randy Boyer. He is 1 lap down, and Chris Wyndham 5 laps down after that pit stop. So keep that in mind. 19 laps in, we're 1 lap short of halfway. Jerry Coons leads him down. Keep your eyes on the cone. Jerry Coons immediately pulling out to a big lead, 21 in the box. $22 down for Jerry Coons, stretching it out. Great job by Jerry Coons Jr. pulling away. Oh, what a job by Caleb Armstrong as he pulls away from the rest of the field. Randy Boyer in the 69. Hopefully he'll keep it down on the bottom of the track. To go for Jerry Coons. Great job by Chet Gerke running in 5th position, right ahead of Scott Hatton and Casey Schumann. Stretching it out, Jerry Coons, 10 laps this time by. Lap car of Stasa. Whoa, hang on. Coons loses some distance there. A 3.4-second lead with 10 to go for Jerry Coons Jr. Clear track ahead for your leader. Nine to go for Jerry Coons. We've seen a lot of stuff happen in the final 10 laps of the Belleville Midget Nationals. 8 to go for Jerry Coons. Continuing his march, Jerry Coons. 7 to go. He should be able to keep out of lap traffic here. Probably the last car he'll pass. Dom, smoke coming out of the 7. The 5 of Zach Dom, slowing in 3rd. Flat left rear tire. Flat tire for Zach Dom. He'll be coming into the pit area. Tough break for Zach Dom running in 3rd. We'll be back to green over on the cone. Jerry Coons has been perfect on every restart. The response from that Ford S-Slinger and the Joe Doolin entry has been spot on tonight. And we'll see what the Toyota power plant of Armstrong and Abreu behind him can do. Abreu ducks to the bottom. Jerry Coons keeps it up on the top. Armstrong, Abreu going to try to do a slider for second on Armstrong. Will he get it done? He does. Second position to Rico. 5 to go for Jerry Coons Jr. Four to go, this time by for Jerry Coons. Dom doing a good job, picks up a couple more positions. 3 to go, this time by for Jerry. One mile to go, this time by for Jerry Coons Jr., trying to do the impossible, win Belleville for 3 times. The lead is stable. Here he comes with the white flag. Everybody follow him around. He's a half a lap away now from winning the Belleville Midget Nationals for the 3rd time. He can coast home from here almost. He's gonna do it. Your winner, Jerry Coons Jr. Rico Abreu, Armstrong, Gerke, Dom, Hatton, Schumann, Troud, and Stasa. Machine Incorporated, the sponsor. He's up on the platform. He's out of the car. Give him a round of applause. 3 times for Jerry Coons. Take it away, Eric.
Hugs and kisses all around, Jerry. I'll miss the hug, but congratulations. Congratulations, 3-time Midget National Champion. You have wanted that since number 2 happened that Saturday night. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Tell you, we've had some bad luck here tonight. We had the luck. I had a power steering line break. About 2 laps into that race, the power steering was going, and I really couldn't turn the car to the left. I mean, once it got in the corner, if I got in trouble, I couldn't turn it to the left at all, and I about pulled in under a yellow to try to put some power steering fluid in or something, but didn't want to give up that lead, so I waited. And you never want a red. You don't ever want a red at all. But we needed a red to win this race, else we wouldn't have won it. And so yeah, we found it. Fortunately, we were able to find the pressure line on the power steering. We had a crack in it and had leaked all the fluid out of it. So just thank my guys for getting that change. I just want to thank Joe Dooling again. Rusty Coons, I mean, he's a master at this place, and Spike Esslinger, I mean, this Esslinger was never missed a beat all weekend. The Spike chassis was flawless, and I just can't thank Todd, all these guys enough, Kyle, and like I said, Joe's boys at work. I mean, they work very hard on these things, and but just again, thank the fans for this. This is for all the fans that are here tonight supporting this deal. I mean, to be here number 3 is just incredible. Something I dreamed of my first time here in 1990 was just to win it once, and then just shows you how tough this place is. Like you said, we said earlier, not how many guys have won it twice. So just a special night.
That is a short list. It's a historical list. It is guys that have gone on and done great things in many other big time events. But for you to be the king of Belleville, how's that sound?
I love it. I just love this place, and I, hopefully we can, I'm more than happy to work with the board and whatever we can do to get the car count up and get the fan count up here because, like I said, we know the car count's down, but we want this thing to continue on for another 100 years. We all need to work and continue to support this deal no matter how many cars show up, and we need the fans, bring your friends to come. I mean, this is a great event, a fun weekend, and this thing, we're going to make this better, and anything I can do to help, and Rusty and Keith are the same way. There's a lot of people behind this deal.
How about one more huge round of applause? Belleville, your 3-time Midget National Champion, Jerry Coons Jr.
Welcome back to Grassroots Racing Show. I told you that was some fantastic racing going on from the 35th running of the Belleville Midget Nationals at the Belleville High Banks. And Jerry Coons Jr. won for the 3rd time. He won back in 05 and 07 and again this year. Congratulations to him. And I hope you enjoyed the program. And thanks goes to David Cheverria, field reporter for Grassroots Racing. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show.